Good day to you all, and welcome to the Greater Victoria Real Estate Show. I'm Andrew Plank with Vibe Collective and Royal LePage, and today we have with us
Hi, everybody. I'm Jane Johnston. I'm with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun.
Jen Lowe,
and
mortgage broker with Dominion Lending Center's Modern Mortgage Group. Good to see you guys.
wonderful. Good to see you too. Jane's coming through a little blurry. She's coming in from her phone. She's busy out there on the roads doing her thing. So she's blessed us with her presence. So there we go. Today it's going to be a short topic. We're just going to talk about Land Ownership Transparency Registry, and really just an attention, a PSA for anyone who is a corporate owner, owns a corporation or has an interest in a corporation or a trust or anything like that, and maybe some things you might want to be aware of in this new legislation or this relatively new legislation. So let's just get right into it, and then we've also got Jen giving us her update, and we're going to go through the stats as well. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Jane, did you have something you said to say? Are you?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so the reason for the land ownership transparency is so that people know who owns the land, who is the actual owner. And I think they came about it. The reason why it's there is they came about it because they were afraid of money laundering. So people were purchasing properties and putting it in.
Names of corporations
They
or
were
through trusts or what
beneficiaries.
have you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're using here, and I'm going to give credit to the to the Land Title Survey Authority. I've just found they have some education pieces on their website if you're looking for more information about this. And so just for purposes of transferring this information, we're going to use some of their slide deck and give them credit for that. So the Act, it is introduces mandatory reporting about indirect ownership. So that's what Jane was alluding to. Any ownership that's kind of, if you're not showing on title, but maybe there's again, a corporation showing on title or a trust or some sort of thing, there's someone who is in the background who is in control of that corporation and therefore has an indirect ownership of that property and has some control of it. So that's why they're doing that. So who is a reporting body? Who should be reporting your ownership, if you do have this ownership, is relevant corporations. Now that excludes strata corporations, government bodies, local governments, and schools, but private corporations, LLCs, are to be reporting. Relevant trusts are to be reporting. So that's all express trusts, unless excluded, and that's, I don't even know what a testamentary trust is, charitable trusts, and PGT. So again, and then partnerships, any partnerships as well should be reported. So interest holders, again, in a reporting body, if it's the corporation, it's going to be the corporate interest holder, is going to be the people who are own or control, alone or with others, directly or indirectly, 10 or more % of the equity in that corporation. So if you are just a 1% owner, you may not need to do that. Again, this is really just a highlight to remind you that you might want to dive into this. We don't want to go super deep into the weeds on this, but let everyone know that that's something you want to be connecting up with. So again, there's slide decks within this around what does it mean to have indirect control. Yeah, Jane.
I was just going to say that this information is publicly available. So if people do want to go in and search it, they can do so.
Yeah, that's the flip side of this. So if you're curious, if someone, so you can search by the name of the owner, the name of the person with that indirect control, and the registry should bring up, if these people have been registering their ownership, what corporations and property they have some control over. So if the interest in land that we in real estate tend to deal with is the estates in fee simple, but we also can deal in life estates, and this is another relevant one under this Land Ownership Transparency Act. The right to occupy under a lease if the term is larger than 10 years. The right to occupy or require a transfer under an agreement for sale. And a prescribed right by legislation. So again, I'm not sure what a prescribed right is. Anybody doesn't know here, then you can look it up. But there you go.
Quick question.
Exempted lands, treaty lands, self-governing First Nations, reserve lands, and again, prescribed lands. Okay.
Jen?
Yeah. So
Jen?
when you guys would be doing the title search, so if you're looking to put a property up for sale, residential property, and you do a title search, is this something that you guys would also have to do to search under this Landowner Transparency Act?
Jane.
So normally what we do, yeah, if we have a property that is a corporation, we have to do a corporate title search and find out who all the decision makers are. That I haven't dealt with, maybe like I've dealt with family trusts on the purchasing side, but not on the sale side, but definitely they want to know who the beneficiaries are going to be.
Yeah, so we're generally looking up the information on the corporation to get the corporate owners and some of the other corporate information required to list the property, just to make sure that the signatories do have the authority to sell if they're selling a corporate owned piece of property. We're not necessarily diving into the Land Ownership Transparency Act. I think that's probably something that is happening on the corporate level, maybe at the lawyer level. It's useful though. I'd say, you know, if I had a listing that was in a corporation name, or I had a client that was looking to put their property into a corporation, buy it under their corporation, we would want to be at least highlighting this for them and ensuring that they go through the right process.
We need the letters of incorporation, and we need all the names of all the directors if we're buying any property with clients who are in a corporation.
Yeah.
So that sort of stuff is usually done on the commercial side, but there are corporations that do buy property. Some multifamily homes, yes.
I've definitely worked with people who are buying properties within their corporation. And of course, developers will do this as well when they're buying a property. So anyway, kind of information that's collected, if in case you're curious: date of birth, address, social insurance number, tax numbers, your residence for tax purposes, and then a description of the land held within that reporting body, and some additional information as well. And that's all. That's quick and hopefully relatively painless for folks. Again, really just a PSA. Wanted to just put that out there. So I think let's move on, unless you guys have anything further to say on the Land Ownership Transparency Registry.
No, that's good information to have and be aware of, for sure.
Okay. Good. Well, so Jen, we would love to hear from you about what's going on out there in the financial world.
Well, I've got some good news.
Really?
Which is nice. Yes. It's great. Yeah. Canada's inflation dipped to 2.3% in January. So that's just moving a little bit closer to the 2% target. The reason for the drop was largely due to lower gas prices, but overall inflation trends do seem to be stabilizing.
Okay.
So that's great news.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. The Bank of Canada is definitely getting closer to where it wants inflation to be. And while rate cuts are not guaranteed, markets are watching for potential movement later this year. And so we'll just have to see what happens next.
Did I hear you correctly? Because we've been saying for the last little while that interest rates are going to be probably holding steady.
Yeah, I mean, the key word is later this year.
I heard it.
Words later this year. So nothing, we're in a window of stability. So if rates do ease later, that could mean that competition could really heat up for buyers. So
Great to hear. Okay.
Right.
The other thing I heard you say is it's because gas prices are down, which I guess that's oil prices are down, and there is some instability going on with the Venezuela, the Middle East, and all of that. So that's
Yeah.
what you're referring to with those prices being down.
yes, I think that's
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The thing,
All
the,
right.
what I'd love to see is for grocery prices to come down. I think that'll make a huge difference.
Yes. I mean, gas prices also affect the pocketbook for sure. Grocery prices are the one that's the more, I mean, that's the meat and potatoes of it all, isn't it?
most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go into the weekly stats, and Jane's going to take it away for the first round here.
All right. So we're going to compare this week to last week. New listings this week, we have 231. That's compared to 290 from last week. So we're down a bit. And that's probably because of Family Day, I'm thinking. Pending listings, we're at 119, and that's pretty close to where we were last week at 128. And price decreases were at 106, and that's compared to 77. And expired listings were at 38. So, and that's compared to 26. So if we go to the next slide, at list to sale ratio, we're at 51%, and that's compared to 44 from the week before. So we're getting busier. It feels busier. Yeah, we just had a listing that just sold very quickly in a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And I held an open house this weekend. We had probably 40 people through the open house, 20, 25 groups through, 40 people at least. Never a moment where it was quiet. It was hopping from, there were people there early and people there right to the last minute. So that was really good to see.
Right.
Hopefully that turns into an offer soon. So that's good news. And then going back a step, as Jane was saying, it was the Family Day long weekend this last weekend. Plus it was Valentine's Day. So a lot of people do decide to hold off on listing their property, hold off on maybe going out and making offers on property during these long weekends or during these times when there's holidays. So not a surprise to see a dip, and we would expect to see that added on. Anything that was sort of missed this last week will get added on to the next week as people get out there and take action.
And I just want to say that
Jane.
it was really busy on Friday night, on Friday night, Saturday night, whatever day, Valentine's Day. Like, it was rocking downtown. I was really surprised by how much activity was there.
I was trying to get, same.
I was down on Sunday and I could not believe how many people were downtown.
Yeah, there was, I think, some event happening. Saturday for sure. We were driving through downtown Victoria and really surprised by, we were around just before 6 o'clock. It was very busy. So there you go.
Yeah.
So we also track where we are at so far this month, and we're pretty much, we've just been referring to this. We're just past mid-month. We've gotten past Valentine's Day, past Family Day. We have so far this month 249 unconditional sales in the books, compared to last year for the full month of February, which we had 528. So we're kind of tracking, we're halfway through the month or thereabouts, and got about half as much as last year's full month. In terms of new listings, we have 570 so far and 1,154 for the full month last year. So again, I think we're tracking pretty similar to last year. And then in terms of current total active listings, we're at 2,722. Last year, at the end of February, we were at 2,631. Jen,
Did you do new listings at 249 or pendings? 249 pending. So that's a pretty good ratio, I think. Like, it shows me that we have a lot of activity happening. So we're on par with where we were last year.
Yes, definitely. And that's it. It's a short one this time. Jane is out and about busy. Jen, I know, is very busy. I'm also very busy. We're just gonna love you and leave you. So thanks so much for tuning in today. And if you do like what you hear, of course, give us a like. We really appreciate that. Subscribe to our show and send your comments our way as well. And if you know anyone who would benefit from this, please do share it out as well. I'm Andrew Plank, and you can reach me if you have questions at 250-360-6106. info@andrewplank.com is the email. And you can also go to my website, andrewplank.com, or our team website, realvibe.ca. That's the Vibe Collective.
I am Jen Lowe. I am at Dominion Lending Center's Modern Mortgage Group. My cell number 250-217-4925. Email is jen@jenlowe.ca, and my website is jenlowe.ca.
Wonderful.
All right, people, you can reach me at the Briar Hill Group. My number is 250-744-0775. You can email me at jane@briarhillgroup.com. And you can visit us, Sean and myself, at briarhillgroup.com, and follow me on Instagram at realtyteacher_remax_Victoria.
Okay, everybody.
All right.
Thanks so much.
So, Jen,
good to see you, and see you guys all next week.